Do you want more? More time, more balance, more love, more sex, more money, more real, and less bullshit? This is the Women Wanting More podcast with Dr. Karen Osborne. Real life, real stories, plus real tips to get you more of what you want.
Sister, don't let the vampires into your life. You know what I'm talking about? The energy suckers. The people that you're around that you feel drained afterwards. Like you just feel exhausted, like you got to take a shower. Just like, ugh, just this whole experience, I just want to get it off of me. Now compare and contrast that to the people that you're around when you're afterwards. You're like, man, I have so much energy afterwards. Like I feel amazing, I have the energy. The people that you surround yourself in your life, sister, matter. I just did a IG Instagram live on this, my daily gratitude bomb, which I put on the Women Wanting More Facebook page, which if you don't like that Facebook page yet, Women Wanting More, go do that now. It's on our Women Wanting More podcast. And I've been doing a gratitude bomb every single day beginning January 1, 2018. So today was day 12, and it was really about good friends. And then as I went more in the conversation and went more in depth in IG story, and I'm going more into it now on this podcast, is like how much that this truly matters. And how much that I think so many of you don't really get that yet. Or you might say, yeah, but Karen, I can't control people that I work with. Yeah, Karen, but what about family? Yeah, but you know, I've been friends with this person since like grade school. I get it. There's going to be some times in life you can't control stuff, right? So right now as I record, this is our last day. We actually take off on a red-eye flight, 11:30 tonight. Ugh. Most of the flights going home from Maui are red-eyes, and it's what is. Hopefully one or both of our boys would sleep. That would be magical and possibly a miracle, but we'll see. But when we came down and we're on a plane and we're around other people, I remember I'm looking over at this woman who's sitting there eating like licorice shit food. She's incredibly overweight. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but just, you know, it's information, right? She's eating shitty food and she's playing a game on her iPad. I can just see because she's next to me and it's late at night, everything's dark, and it's just like a slot machine one. So there's not even like a game where it requires any kind of skill or like anything. Brains, just a finger pushing a button it's like a slot machine game. And I'm just like, God. And then there was a bunch of other people around me too. I'm like, God, this is like, I just don't want to be in this energy, but yet I'm on a plane, right? But yet I'm on a plane. So there's nothing I can do. So I understand there are times in your life where you're just like, man, these people that I work with, right? And you're going to have to, this will be time for a later podcast of what do you do with the people in your life that you don't want to have in your life, but you can't control that. However, all those other people, the majority of your people in your life, yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. And it fucking matters so much. I know you know this. I know you know this. I know you know it. But I think if you really knew it, you would actually do something about it. Because I truly think that every moment of our life matters. I do. I don't feel stressed about it. I don't feel like I got to jam a bunch of stuff into it. I just feel like every interaction matters. And every interaction that does not move me towards what I want, that every interaction that does not allow me to either receive or provide value for others in their lives is wasted time. That's how I see it. Again, don't feel stressed about it. That doesn't mean you can't sit and watch a cheesy TV show sometimes. If you want to do that, cool. Nothing wrong with entertainment. I like entertainment as I'm actually going to get something from the experience. And that could be watching Star Wars with my boys, right? Like, it all comes down to what you want. What I want is to know that every moment in my life has significance and meaning and matters. And whatever is important to you, sister, I know that at some level is important to you too. You wouldn't be listening to this podcast otherwise. You'd be listening to the Let's Talk About Bullshit and Nothing podcast. Not this one. Or if you're checking out this podcast for the first time and you're like, oh, Jesus, this is not for me. Okay? Or are you going to go and write a nasty review? All she does is talk about herself and the lessons from her life. Yep, that's it. Oh, she swears a lot. Yep, that's why it says explicit. That's why I click that button when these episodes get published. That is also correct. This is about meaning. This is about purpose. This is about creating a life of more. This is about you listening to this podcast because there's something more that you feel called to do and be and become in your life. So understand that the people that you're around matter. And you can't get around in this world without people. So if you go, I'm just going to keep to myself. I've been that way before too. Like I understand that. And there might be times that you just need to just unplug from people. Maybe you just need to have some space to be and to think and to journal and to figure stuff out. And that's important too, to create that space just for you on a daily basis. Even if it's a minute, sister. However, you need people in your life. And so what do you do about that? Well, first you can get clear on who you are, right? Who you are. I know that who I am is a very social person, but at the same time, who I am is not someone that wants to feel like I'm pulled in a million directions. I'm me first, and then wife, and then mother, and then coach, what you're hearing here, leader. And so I know within those roles, if you will, that like hanging out and having girls' nights, like that doesn't fit for me in my life. Doesn't mean it can't fit for you in your life. That just doesn't fit for me in my life. And so I keep the people that are close to me very, very minimal for that reason. So you need to first know who you are. See, if I didn't understand that, then I might feel like, well, I have to do these girls' nights, or I have to meet with friends on a regular basis, and I have to. I mean, I have some of my closest friends, we don't live anywhere near each other. And I have very few close friends. And we connect with a lot of time, like online. And that works, or Voxer, or text, or phone call sometimes, or a Zoom call, or Skype, or... But you need to understand who you are and really what makes you tick, right? Second piece of this, sisters, you gotta understand what you truly want. And sometimes that can be getting clear on what you don't want. So like I said, I don't want to feel like I'm pulling all different directions. What I truly want is space within my life. What I truly want is to take care of myself first. The next investment piece is my marriage. The next is my children. And lastly is business. Is this message and movement as a leader. Because I felt called to create more and become more and to be more. And listen to that voice inside. And this is why you're hearing this podcast right now. This is years of work leading up to this. Hard work, difficult work, painful work, lots of questions, lots of figuring shit out, lots of trying stuff, not working, failing, trying it again. So clear on who you are, clear on what you want, and clear on your deep why. I mean, really, my deep why with Women Wanting More, with this movement, with this message, is that I know with every piece of me that if women truly tapped into the power they possess as women, wives, mothers, businesswomen, that there would be more love in this world. That's it. That is my deep why. So what that means is when I have people that come at me and hate on me, which, oh yeah, it happens. Now, I occasionally engage or bitch slap a little bit, draw my line in the sand, but for the most part, you know what? It's block and delete. It's block and delete. Like, that's it. I'm just clear. I don't want to engage with that. This is about leading you to power. It's not about trying to convince people or to, like, for example, I had a woman the other day, I posted a picture of me in like bikini top and like workout pants and just a side view of my abs. Like, I'm very proud of that. I've worked fucking hard. And the whole story was just about that. I had been lifting for over 3 decades and I'd switched that up. And what is really possible to create when you change things up and consistency of putting in the work. And, I rarely put stuff like that up there, but I was inspired by Garrett J. White from Warrior, who's really the inspiration behind this podcast and has shifted our life immensely with Warrior, which, by the way, they have a bunch of new podcasts. Maybe I'll link them up in the show notes. Date Your Wife is with him and his wife, Danielle. Warrior Week podcast. So for the men in your life that really want to understand Warrior. And Warrior on Fire. And so Garrett had posted some picture of him. He's been surfing for a number of months now, pretty much every single day, and how much it's really changed his body. And I was like, you know what? I'm fucking damn proud. So this woman had posted a picture about how I starve myself and I have a teenage body, and it's not, she's had cesareans and she has scars and I'm like thinking, I don't even know where this is coming from. Teenage body? 48 and a half, but okay. Skinny? Nope. Would not describe myself as that either, and neither would most sane human beings. Not at all. But I could have engaged with that. I could have gone back and forth. But I'm like, you know what? Delete and block. Like, I'm just really clear on what my why is, and it's not to engage with crazies. It's just not. It's not to engage with angry people that have other agendas or stories, or somehow I triggered them. That's going to be for them to figure that out. That's not for me. And again, the people I'm around matter. Doesn't mean I'm always around people that agree with me. But people who hate and attack, there's just no energy for them. There's no room for those people in my life. Like, that's it. It's very, very clear. Very, very clear. So here's your more tip for today then, sister. I want you to take a look at the people within your life. Now, I had a similar episode that I talked about this, but this is worth repeating. And I want you to do a friend audit. So take a look. You're good. Take a look at the people in your life right now. A guy on a bike almost ran me over here on the grounds as I walk around our condo. Take a look at the people in your life. Take a look at the top 10 people. Top 10 people. Okay, now I'm going to have you include the people closest to you. Husband, kids, parents, maybe brothers, sisters, friends, business partners. Top 10. And really take a look and just ask yourself that question. Is that each person? Take a look at them. Really think about it. Does this person uplift me, inspire me, love me, support me? Be honest. Be honest. Okay? So here's the options you have to do with any of those that are a no. Or if you're like, well, maybe. If it's a maybe, it's a no. It's going to be really clear. It's a black and white thing. Really, You're saying maybe because you want it to be a yes, when really it's a no. So for those that are a no, and or again, your bullshit wavering maybe, then there's two options you have. Number one, have a conversation with that person. Hey, you know what? This friendship matters to me. Our relationship as sisters matters to me. Our marriage matters to me, hon. So can we have a conversation for me to be really clear on what's going to really serve me best? And I would love to have that same conversation with you so I can really know how to serve you best in this relationship. Okay? Or there's the other option, which for some of you might have already had this conversation a bunch of times. You're like, dude, this is just not working. Like, I need to end this relationship, this friendship, and or just kind of let it peter out. There might be people that you just engage with once in a while, and you just stop engaging. It's not avoiding. I just think you kind of let it organically, run its course. So these are difficult things to do. You can't do this in your head. You've got to journal this down. But this is significant. The people in your life matter, sister. You matter. So you better hold your life and you precious enough to know that people in your life, the ones that have the honor, deserve to be, have the privilege of being in your life, yeah, you need to see it that way. They need to be the ones that fit. And if it doesn't fit, it doesn't mean that they don't fit. It just means that you need to have a conversation so they're really clear on what you need and you do the same for them. So to journal this, sister, I'm going to send you one for free. Well, I've got about 200 of them left, and that's it. Then I'm going to be done with this. So that's over at drkarenosborne.com/free journal. Take care of a little bit of shipping. I send all the rest. Some other cool swag that's going to come along with that. If you listen to this podcast and you have not subscribed and or shared, do both. Subscribe. Share this podcast episode up with a woman that you know needs to hear this within your life. Put it up on social media. Send her a text. Send her a message. Show her your phone. Share up this episode. And the third thing is I want you to go right now and watch this short movie at this URL, drkarenosborne.com/The Evolution. And you're going to watch the story of 5 incredible women, Christina, Amber, Carrie, Rachel, and Melissa. and to really hear what's possible doing this work at an immersive level at one of my live events. So the next event coming up is called The Evolution. And as I record this podcast episode, it's in 45 days. Could be less by the time you actually listen to it. Actually be a lot less. So I want you to right now go and watch some movie. Really see what their experience is like and what is possible to create in your life when you really go all in this immersive process over 3 days where I have these live events where I live in Victoria, BC, Canada. If the voice is telling you need to be at this event, sister, click that apply button and start the process. And I will connect with you from there. So I will talk the next episode. A life of more is just one step away from getting the fucking work every single day. I love and appreciate you.
To get the show notes of each Women Wanting More episode, including the How to Get More tip, subscribe to the newsletter at drkarenosburn.com/newsletter.